On reviewing the Open Access Fund at Simon Fraser University, assessing successes and challenges. I'm Ioana Liuta. I'm Digital Publishing Librarian at the SFU and Education Lead at Public Knowledge Project. In my previous role as Digital Scholarship Librarian, I managed the SFU Open Access Fund, among other responsibilities. What am I going to focus on today? Introducing SFU Library, and the Open Access Fund. I'll outline the primary goals, explain why it underwent a review, and provide a very brief timeline, history, and context. I'll also cover the review process and discuss the current changes and next steps for the fund. SFU, if you've ever been, is a comprehensive mid-sized public university with over 37,000 students across 3 campuses in Vancouver, BC, Canada. With branches at all 3 locations, SFU Library serves a diverse group of users, including a significant master and PhD graduate student population. The library manages the Open Access Fund. First, what are the goals of any Open Access Fund? I don't know if you're familiar or not, but goals typically include encouraging new forms of scholarly communication, changing authors' publishing behaviors, or maximizing the impact of research. It often aligns with a broader campus strategy to promote new publishing alternatives. In the case of SFU's fund, the intent was to support authors in publishing in open access journals, facilitate the transition to open access publishing, offer equitable opportunities across campus disciplines, and reduce the financial burden of publishing in gold OA journals. The review was prompted by significant changes in the open access publishing landscape since the fund's launch, including new business models, multiple funding sources, and mandates now established workflow. Furthermore, in the SFU's context, SFU Senate endorsed an open access policy in 2017, which was reviewed in 2020 with a recommendation to assess the fund and consider its role in a bigger picture of the open access culture at SFU. To provide a bit of timeline, the fund launched in 2010 alongside discussions about an open access policy. At the time, law, faculty awareness, and misunderstandings about OA led the library to focus instead on promoting the new fund and other OA initiatives. The fund was first reviewed in 2015 by the Open Access Advisory Committee, which also drafted an open access policy. It was endorsed by the Senate in 2017, and since its implementation, fund's uptake has increased by 40%. The fund's support for gold open access complements the policy's focus on green OA, offering researchers multiple paths to open publishing. I should mention that SFU also benefits from its proximity to key open scholarship projects, Scholarly Communication Lab, and the Public Knowledge Project, which also help foster OA awareness and support. The presence of both of these projects at SFU helps to raise awareness of open access among faculty members and has contributed to creating an environment of support for the OA policy. The OA policy was reviewed in 2020, leading to an assessment of the OA fund. The review included the literature review, environmental scan, best practices, analysis, usage data assessment. Success measures were aligned with the fund's goals. We looked into its long-term financial sustainability by revising eligibility criteria, funding allocations, previously up to 2,500 Canadian dollars per article for publication per author annually, and also improving workflow. Key measures of the fund's capacity include total expenditure, approved articles, rejected applications, number of unique authors, the range of departments represented, and first-time applicants. Since 2016, the total expenditure has increased significantly. But now our priorities include supporting a more equitable model of OA publishing through investment in open infrastructure, slowly reducing and eventually phasing out our support for APCs over the next few years, while supporting, at least for now, early career researchers. Also encouraging researchers to adopt the green open access publishing model by self-archiving their work in Summit, SFU Research Repository, which, as a recent study suggests, may enhance citation diversity. Our fund eligibility criteria changed twice in August 2023 and April last year, with further changes expected. Overall, the review task group recommends the library and university prioritize and support open access infrastructure and models that are more sustainable and equitable, including institutional repositories, Diamond OA, membership and discounts, or subscribe to open. Thank you very much, and this is my email, and